This is The Weekly on ClickOrlando.com with Justin Warmoth.
Good morning, I'm Justin Warmoth. From Broadway shows to legendary musicians, the Dr. Phillips Center in downtown Orlando has hosted some incredible performances since opening in 2014. Not only is the venue's architecture stunning, it's also home to one of just a handful acoustically perfect theaters in the entire country. The center's president and CEO, Kathy Ramsberger, has been involved since the idea was first discussed in 2003. She's here this morning to talk about that 20-year journey and what else is planned for Orlando's premier performance venue.
So back in 2003, when Mayor Dyer was elected, there had been some discussions of building a performing arts center downtown. And we have to be at the right time. Any community has to be at the right time to align a vision with philanthropy, with volunteer leadership, with partnered leadership, to get something that's going to be difficult to build. They're difficult buildings. So in 2003, we had the chance to ask a question. Blank sheet of paper was, what should it be? What should it cost? And who should pay for it? Right. So that was the first aspect of trying to get something aligned. Very simple. And then we came back with, it has to be a big idea. We have to have strong leadership. It needs to serve all people. So it can't just be for one genre of music, not just classical music. It has to be for everybody. Not only for all different types of artists, all different types of donors, all different types of workforce, all different types of guests. And so we started with this notion of, could we evolve an industry? Because they're hard to evolve. Most art centers have been built 50 years ago, 100 years ago, so you kind of have one shot. And so we had the chance to learn. And so again, what should it be? It should be a place for all people. Yeah. What should it cost? We said we wanted to have something remarkable. Didn't need to be opulent, because I think that would be harder for people to approach if it was too opulent. And then to pay for it, we thought, let's get a group together and kind of have tourist tax that support it, maybe a business tax, and then philanthropy.
From that time to what it looks like now, is this what you imagined? Yeah. This is it? This is what you imagined, or did it exceed expectations?
Well, can I tell you, we did a business plan. It took us years to do because we really listened to the community. We did a lot of listening. When we had time, more time than we thought, because we bundled 3 projects. It slowed us down a little bit, but it gave us more time to listen. In 2007, that business plan is exactly what we delivered. And so staying the course on a couple different economies, change in elected leadership, having a volunteer board stay the course, having a chairman, Jim Pugh, and our entire executive committee, stuck with the right decision, maybe not the popular decision, but the right decision throughout the way.
Was were those some of the biggest challenges? Because I did want to ask you about that. Sure. Juggling, different time. I mean, it is a different time than it was in 2003, obviously. What other challenges did you face, and did anything give you a little bit more of just a speed bump?
Yeah. So here's the thing: is in 2003 to 2007, did we really believe in ourselves as a community that we could achieve something like this? And so there's fear, there's doubt, there's an ownership issue. Can we do it? Should we have that? Those are the kind of things that you really have to stay the course on if you've got the right infrastructure to do it. So, where our challenges were where you're never going to raise the money. And our philosophy was, if you keep going back to the same people, that's challenging for those people. But great cities are built by philanthropy. If you think of any major city, Philadelphia, Cleveland, Chicago, Denver, Atlanta, New York, we took the approach, let's invite new people. This month, we've basically reached 17,000 donors of the Art Center. And the only way you can do that is if you align it around a vision. And I think one thing that we were fearful of is if you change the vision because of other pressures, you have all these major donors that bought into, we want to achieve this. And if you change it, then all of a sudden you've got a whole second wave of doubt. That's not really what I invested in. And at the end of the day, this is what we thought. The exterior of the building is reflective of kind of our cityscape, a technology-based kind of vision. But the interior of the building is where we really focused what we felt needed to be the most important. Does a guest, when they walk in there, do they feel that they belong? How you approach the building, is that intimidating? Once you're in the building, we wanted the quality to be just right. And so every theater that we have really was focused on the guest in the room, but also the artists on the stage and the workforce up there.
What do you think it's done to Orlando and really Central Florida?
Right. Well, I'd like to say the United States and the country, actually.
That too.
You know, the achievement of the Walt Disney Theater and the Pew Theater, when people walked in the building, the comments we got, oh, I didn't realize this is what you were building. Oh, I didn't understand. Okay, so the anticipation of Steinmetz Hall is like, what could be next? Because those are the first two are great theaters for their work that's there, but the space was good. I think what we've achieved is when people like to come, and which is great from a business perspective, but it's also from an engagement perspective. Two, we're running a very successful business, earning the revenue so we don't depend on philanthropy to actually sustain the business side. Where we've really been able to make the difference because of we stayed the course with a big idea. We've raised about $13.5 to $15 million roughly to give back to the community. And so you think, what does that mean? Are you raising money to sustain your business? No, we're raising money so we can do things where people have a chance to come to the center. Yeah. So you mentioned you had the chance to see Wicked.
I saw Wicked.
You did.
And I hadn't been to a Broadway show. I think it was when I was in 8th grade. We did a field trip to New York, and we got to go to Broadway. But that was the first show I had seen, as an adult, and I was blown away. It felt like I mean, listen, I didn't have much to go on, but it felt like I was, in New York. Right. On Broadway, seeing a show, and it was amazing. It blew my mind, and I think that's what, the arts is something that I don't know if we take it for granted. I don't know what we do, but I don't know if we give it the credit it deserves, and to realize what that does for a community and how many people that impacts, right?
Do you think you'll ever forget that first moment that you saw a show?
I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah. So this, we're one of the only art centers in the country that have done this. We started it years and years ago. But for Hamilton, both the first time and the second time we had it, we raised $250,000. So close to 1,000 kids could come and have that memory that they'll never forget. Yeah. This past Sunday, we do it for brunches. So we bring kids that would never have the chance to get there. We bring them in, we bus them in. We give them a beautiful Sunday brunch. We do trivia, so there's a learning aspect. Our leadership talks to the team, and then they go to a show, and then that first memory is what we capture. So, that's just one project. So, but for Hamilton, we did 1,000. For Wicked, we did 500. But we do that constantly. So, our outreach initiatives, to your point, what you asked is, have we really made the difference? Is it everything we thought it was going to be? We're never going to be finished, and we always can do more. But our outreach initiatives, from an education, to your point earlier, what does that mean? We've dealt with stroke survivors with a program called Strokestra with the Royal Philharmonic. We have done remarkable work with Advent Health with Alzheimer patients and their caregivers. We do a great deal of work with OCA, which is kids with autism, and most of our staff, we're the only performing arts center in the country that are certified for autism guests to come in, and our staff went through that. So, what's really our goal? Our goal is to make sure that we can bring the world's greatest artists and celebrate the expertise of our regional artists, and everybody has a chance to see them.
And the Dr. Phillips Center just celebrated the first anniversary for Steinmetz Hall, one of the world's most acoustically advanced theaters. We'll have details on that and the center's future plans right after this. Stay with us.
This is The Weekly on ClickOrlando.com with Justin Warmoth.
Welcome back. The Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts just celebrated the first anniversary for its third theater, Steinmetz Hall. It's one of the world's most acoustically advanced theaters, achieving an N1 sound rating, which is the lowest level at which humans can detect sound. Here's more of my interview with the center's president and CEO, Kathy Ramsberger. What has it been like to be in there and to really see and hear the reaction from guests who get to watch a performance at Steinmetz Hall? What has that been like?
Right. You know, do we need a perfect hall? And this is a testament to our leadership, is when we did that partnership together, it was like, don't go overboard. Partners just say, we don't need to be, don't go overboard. And so the acoustical rating that we had to deliver was called an N15 rating for sound. Our board said, this is hard. And if we're gonna do it, we ought to do it right. Yeah. And so we raised the extra money to make sure we could have a perfect acoustical hall. Now, why does that matter? Why does it matter? Because if you say, it just doesn't matter. It really matters as a guest when you get into a room like that, because there's no place in the world that's like what we built. So there's maybe a handful of perfect rated sound, and that's not us just saying we're number one, right? It's a scientific rating that we've achieved.
It's called N1.
N1, perfect sound.
Perfect sound.
Perfect sound. If the room is completely tuned, and you're on the stage, you can not only hear a pin drop, but you can really hear heartbeats and things like that.
That's insane.
So when we were tuning the hall, we had a technician on one end, and the acoustical team was on the other end in a stomach growled, and we had to start all over again. I mean, it was really something. So, why is that important? Is it great for? It's great for all artists. It's also great for the audience. But more than that, the floor flips. We can change the configuration in 12 minutes. It's two different types of halls. So there's a proscenium hall and a concert hall. And so there's no place like that. And what I feel was so important about that is we do deserve. Going back to those questions from 2003, what do we deserve? And if you have the big idea and you stay the course and you bring in philanthropy and you're persistent and you keep the vision and you keep your promise, I think we deserve to keep building our community in a manner where we're extremely proud.
Is there a part of you that feels bad for the guests who get to watch a concert there because they will never experience something like that if they go to another venue? You know what I mean? Like that is the pinnacle. Right. I mean, that is a pinnacle of sound, and when you get the right artist in there, I'm sure it's just magical. Who's been your favorite to perform at maybe just in general, but at Steinmetz? In particular.
There's Steinmetz. I've got so many favorites.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you love a child? Over one or the other. So there's been a lot. David Byrne was really great in the Disney Theater, but the very first time that Diana Ross came, literally the diversity in the audience and the joy. That's the one thing that's the best. I mean, when you come to the Art Center, if anybody comes to the Art Center, as you approach it, you've got this anticipation of where I'm going, a little bit of excitement. We have a tendency to when we leave, pause and turn around and look at the faces and the expressions and how people are interfacing when they leave. Even if the performance is something that is more, emotionally evoking or something like that, or just joy, it is just fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic.
A lot of smiles walking out.
A lot of smiles
walking out.
Yeah.
As we look for perspective, and we talk about acoustically perfect, how many venues have achieved this?
I'd say worldwide, maybe a dozen.
That is remarkable.
Right, and what hasn't been done is having an N1 rated hall, having an architecture that transitions. So there's a £1 million piece of architecture that actually moves to change the shape of the hall. Again, do we need that? Well, you talk to the artist now. You talk to the fact that the Royal Philharmonic wants to do residencies here. We have some of the greatest touring orchestras that want to come in, and that's classical work. But we have a lot of acoustical, wonderful artists that it's everything from rock and roll to comedy to what have you that want to play that hall. And most importantly, what a wonderful place for the Orlando Philharmonic, the Orlando Ballet, Central Florida Community Arts, Bach Festival, Bach Choir. So our regional arts have the chance to really showcase their talents, and we have an incredibly talented community.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing, and so to celebrate their expertise as well as international expertise, it's a blessing.
I don't want to put you on the spot, and I know that you don't want to pick one artist, but when you think about someone who has not performed at the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts, who would you consider as the person, the band, their performance, the show that you have at the top of your list that has not been able to do it just yet?
This is going to date the 20 years. So I had this dream that we would open the hall with Pavarotti and James Brown.
Wow.
They both passed away.
Yeah.
But they actually performed together, and I thought, what a great mix-up. You've got wonderful classical music, along with one of the greatest R&B and soul singers ever, singing just great work collectively. To me, that is joy. So when we opened Steinmetz Hall, although those artists passed, that's what we did. We brought in the Royal Philharmonic, we brought in Leanne Bridges and Jennifer Hudson, and we did this mix-up of how do we bring people that have never, ever had the chance or think to go and listen to classical music with an artist that they love. Again, it's breaking down those barriers. So we thought that was pretty cool. So we hope to do that every year.
That's awesome.
Every year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe Adele can come, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. We love
She's a little busy right now with her residency in Vegas.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what's next for the venue. I know the work doesn't stop.
Right.
Obviously, so much has been accomplished already,
right.
but I know that you have your sights set on the future as well. It's part of the, being a CEO. What can you tell us about what's to come?
Sure. So the original business plan, we consolidated 9 acres, and the Art Center, sits on a portion of that. On the 9 acres, there's a master plan that included a lot of buildings, not necessarily artistic buildings and cultural buildings. What we realized during the Front Yard Festival during the pandemic, which was a ton of fun, and talk about a community believing in themselves. 37 sponsors came forward and said, "We don't know if this is going to work, but we believe in you. Let's try it." And it was great joy. It's so much fun. But we realized is that's a great gathering place, and it deserves to have people on it celebrating something cultural rather than building. So we're going to revisit the front yard and put cultural venues out there. And then in the back of the building, we have the ability in the original plan to develop a multifamily or a kind of a mixed-use residential kind of tower. And we're right now still in the dreaming phase. Could we tuck another cultural venue inside there? So right now we're not. Right now we're still building. We have Judson's, which is phenomenal that we're building, but we've already moved into the second phase of aligning the stars.
Still so much to look forward to. My thanks to Kathy for her time this week. For more information on the Dr. Phillips Center and for a list of upcoming shows, just head to clickorlando.com/weekly. I'm Justin Warmoth. Hope you have a great Sunday.